What is going on, everybody? Osha here, and today we're back with another deck, I guess deck review, or like a deck build that, of the many decks that I run when I play on, Gerudo, which I am an ambassador for, and you can check us out at Gerudo.com, make an account, and you can play Magic the Gathering with your friends online. Much like a Spell Table or a Convoke, definitely check it out if you'd like. Um, yeah, but today we're going to go through my, I guess we'll say, I guess I'd say my pet deck, but at the same time, it's also my first ever deck that I ever used or when I played Commander, when I got into Magic about last year. Um, so I've made a lot of modifications for it. This is not a bracket 4 deck because it has 4 game changers in it. So, but I'm looking for more or make it a little bit more beefier. So, we'll start with the commander is ISPERIA Supreme Judge, and it has flying. And whenever a creature attacks you or a planeswalker you control, you may draw a card. So this entire deck is basically built on card draw and things of that nature. So what do I want to go with first? Let's go with artifacts. And so we run a Talisman of Progress, a Commander Sphere, a Bite of Thassa, a Sky Diamond, an Alhammer's Archive, a Soul Ring. It's a staple in every Commander deck mostly. Hedron Archive. Hold on. I think this might be better. Arcane Signet, Sun Droplet, Thought Vessel, and Azorius Signet. That's going to be our artifacts. I'm going to go with Instance next because I think that's like the second lowest, basically. So we have Crush Contraband. Hold on. Crush Contraband, Benevolent Offering, Sphinx's Revelation, Rally of Wings, Aetherize, Counterspell, and a Generous Gift. And sorry about the camera stuff. I'm using basically like a $20-$30 camera, so it's not like, the best in the world, but I'm trying to, try my best to just, show off as much as I can. We'll go sorceries. So we have Sunset Revelry. I think maybe it's just better. Just do this. Sunset Revelry, a Time Wipe, Farewell, Approach of the Second Sun, Migratory Route, Dismantling Wave, Austere Command, Cleansing Nova, Winged Words, and that is our sorceries. Let's go with enchantments. So we have Spirit Link, Gravitational Shift, Reconnaissance Mission, True Conviction, Court of Grace, Palliation Accord, Vow of Duty, Favorable Winds, Wizard Class, Staggering Insight. And of course, we're going with our 15 islands, our 15 plains. I probably could cut some lands out of this and get some more creatures, which I'm thinking about doing. And then we have like our other like non basic lands. Azorius Chancery, Celestial Colonnade, Restless Anchorage, Command Tower, Skycloud Expanse, Evolving Wilds, Glacial Fortress, Prairie Stream, and Prav Spars of Order. And that is our other non basic lands. And then we have our creatures. So we have Muldrifter, Consecrated Sphinx, Thunderclap Wyvern, Windreader Sphinx, Loyal Drake, Narset, Parter of Veils, Grand Arbiter Augustine IV, Skycat Sovereign, Razor Hippogriff, Steel Plume Marshal, Claw Blazer, Kanji Skywarden, Watcher of the Spheres, Evason Guardian Angel, Avon Gagglemaster, Warden of Evos Isle, Ornithopter of Paradise, Jubilant Skybonder, Safara Skylar's Blade, yes, Imperial Eagle, Sonnet Jelly Drover. Hold on. Okay. Safara, Imperial Eagle, Sonnet, Jelly Drover, Archetype of Imagination, Emeria Angel, and Archon of Redemption. And so that's the entire deck. Basically, I've made it to where it's card draw and just creatures with flying, basically. I've won maybe 2 or 3 games with this deck total, but it's not as bad as like what I would think it would be, but this is a deck that I run every once in a while. But this is like I said, this is like my child, man. This is like my first ever deck that like I've ever cause this is basically it started off as the precon. Obviously, you see some of the cards in the that came from the precon. But from there, I've just been upgrading. So if you have any suggestions of upgrades, please let me know in the comments down below. I do have Jackdaw Savior and Atimesis All Seeing in my maybe board. So I'm thinking maybe including those in maybe the next upgrade, and maybe I'll just cut like a land each or something from each. So like one plains, one island. Take it out, put them back in, put them in. Have something interesting. Um, so yeah. So if you like what you saw, feel free to like, comment down below. Like I said, if you have any suggestions or if you have any comments or anything that you would like to share, like you could talk about your deck, your first ever deck or whatever. But anyways, I will see you guys in the next one. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And remember, you guys are all Oshawott approved. Bye.